Oh God. Oh. Carby, why are you doing this to me? Oh God. Well, it was like a very last minute impromptu stream, and I'm not gonna lie, I doubt I'm gonna get anyone. But I thought to have some fun. Just want to make sure everything is working because, good God. Okay, well, screen grab was a little high, but we'll live with that. You know what? I know what it was because I used the same one for. I had to make a new one. All right, well, yeah, I'll live with it. Still, still working on a new setup. All right, well, guys, for the I doubt anyone who will be here, but welcome. I'm pretty much just going to be here making a couple janky deck ideas because I don't know why. I have this like really dumb idea because a lot of times I'll get really dumb ideas late at night and I really want to build them. And I'm not going to lie, over there, just on that side of the room, I have a box. But I have like a box of cards. But it's just like sitting here and it feels weird just kind of like deck building and being like in silence, and I don't know. So I think the first thing I want to make is, do I want to make a Firestorm deck set, or do I want to do a You know what? I ended off the last stream with a realization of a fun idea I could do for a deck for a Firestorm set. Set champ deck 1. All right. This will be fun because I'm going to have no idea what I'm going to do. Like, I have an idea because it's going to be bears. It's gonna be like bear related. So the one thing I don't like about this Play Network one is there you go. So I want to Majursa because Majursa, in my opinion, is such a good card, and I don't like any deck that runs it at one. I understand the idea of like a bear deck nowadays where you're running it and you're just trying to beat down the opponent ever so slowly. Like you're tempoing the opponent saying, "Hey, we're doing boop boop boop," and you know, next thing you know, just I don't know. I don't like when Majursa is at one. I don't like when you're building a deck around a boss and any boss is at one. I'll say this every time I build a deck. I hate when a deck is built around a boss and it's at one. Right, 3 Ursical and wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh my god, there's a fun. That's something funny. New Ur Scout on the website is not considered an Ursa. Ooh. I'm gonna throw 2 of it in there for now. Again, it's really weird because I think in this type of deck, I feel like I'm only going to run it and Majursa, so it's not going to be useful, and I might take it out entirely. But just because I take it out entirely, I want it in there just in case. Uh, Urs. 3 Den. Uh, do I want to go? I'll do 2 Smog. Smog, I like it. I'm iffy on the original Scout, but I feel like maybe I'll throw one in for now. I'll throw in two Abominers. So, as a quick, um, up, I kept this from the last stream. All the Firestorm cards, and here under starter decks, I kept everything. So, Earth Scout, Majirsa. We have all three of the one-drop bears. We just don't have the OG Mama Bear, which I'm okay with, somewhat. Definitely gonna need to put a Lavalith. And as much as I don't want it to just be... and I know these are best of threes, so I'm going to need to think of a sideboard too. But Galaxy is going to be a necessity for me to actually think of. Huh. Yeah, so that's the good thing, is that like every bear is here. Every like necessary bear minus God, what do you call it? Minus OG Majursa, every other bear is here. So functionally the deck is at full power. And I mean, don't mind if I do. I am a sucker for putting a brick in a deck when a brick doesn't need to be there. Functionally, I am... should not be there at all, but we'll go with it. 3 Hibernation. And I was about to say, don't tell me Ursa Den's not... Yeah, wow, Ursa Den I don't think is considered. Unless I just have to reset the filter. No, yeah, wow, Jesus. Okay, that's interesting. I guess while I'm at it, let's throw in the Omni stuff. 3 Ambro, 3 Gorgons. I'm gonna say 2 Shield, 2 PT. And then this is where my stupidity comes in. Helios and drops. So I want to now count bodies. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And 3 of those are 3 drops. We aren't even Hestia. Is Narpoon here? Ooh, good question that I just thought of. Oh, wow. I'm gonna say, that's gonna be the one thing that's probably gonna make this deck not at its full... Yeah, no, wow. It's not at its full turbo capacity. But, that's... When has it ever? Okay, so throwing in the Hestias. How many of these are fire? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seven of the 1-drops that I have are fire? Really? Like, this is where I can probably start cutting some dumb things that I know I'm not going to use. And then, like, this Earth Scout, no. Probably up either the Earth Smog or the Earth Seer. We'll up the Earth Seer. Um, I'm gonna take out the Glacier. I like Glacier. I love Glacier. Jesus, like Glaciersa is so underrated. It's funny. I'm probably just gonna be here talking to myself for no apparent reason because I love how I just was like, yeah, let's last. I mean, most of these are friggin' last minute things anyway. But you know what? This is what I do on a normal basis anyway. So what's the difference? Either way, I love Glaciersa. Glaciersa is slowly becoming one of my favorite boss Elestrals. More so because he's hated so much. So, what do I mean by that? He's such an, I want to say, he's a bad Elestral. And I will wholeheartedly come out here and say it. He is bad. I have the deck sitting right over there on the floor, just in a box. It's bad. I don't know how I brought it to the Moonrise premiere and got 20th with it. I don't know. But I did, and it worked, but the thing is I think that premiere was one of those premieres where just like the it's really funny because I have a feeling that like the phrase and motto of that premiere was, I don't know how it worked, but it worked. Because you even had like Cobalt Sanderson's like premiere winning list with Celestlio and Rise, and it's just like, how did that work as consistently as it did? And I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you at all. But I don't know how Glaciersa worked as well as it did, and I, ever since that premiere, have been trying to merge it to Firestorm in order to make it work. And to this day, I have yet to make it work as well as I was able to during that premiere. And part of it is just, I know my own personal playstyle is I'm shotgunning the living heck out of my boss. And that play is 7 spirits. I'm paying 7 spirits to bring out a 3 spirit Elestral. That shouldn't be a thing. But I am. I'm shotgunning the living heck out of it. And I'm doing it at probably the worst time possible, because some of the best success I saw with that deck ended up being me bringing it out super early and my opponent not having the cards to respond to it. And then that ended up just being the way I won. So now it seems like a lot of the times when I have that deck, people have the response for it, and it's just like, but I need to learn the timings, and I need to like fix my playstyle with that deck, and also like fix how I built that deck. So going forward though, like, I love Glaciersa though. Glaciersa, in my opinion, best Elestral. Like, one of the scariest bosses because he hits like a freight train, and I cannot think of something that, really, it's funny. This whole time I'm trying to think of like, what like is me, and he's starting to become like one of the few Elestrals that I can say like, wow, like, yeah, is kind of like, kind of like me, like the playstyle I'm putting towards it, but it's funny. But yeah, no, like, I'm probably gonna cut it, and I will cut it. If I put it in the sideboard, I'm probably gonna put it in the sideboard, if anything. But for now, I'll leave it at that. Similarly with the Earth Scouts, there's a part of me that wants to keep it in there because I'm stubborn and I have the 2 serialized. Then there's a part of me that knows they are dog water for the deck and will continue to be dog water up until we get more Hestia Bear support. So I'm on the fence here. So on one end, okay, Carpy, I love you to death. Work. The heck's your other eye? It's like the most problems I've had with Carpy in the like Oh God, when did I get him? Got him like 27? It was like 2017? 2017? 2018? 2017. Yeah. So it's like the most problems I've had with him since 2017. But I love him. I love Carpy. But yeah, like on one end, there is the potential of max out Ursmog, and I go Hestia, Ursmog, Urscout, Urscout, Majersa, normal cast Majersa. I kind of think that's a bit of a dumb idea off of the fact that you are wasting a lot on that, but there is that potential, and I think that might be. If I'm thinking about it, like, I'm not gonna lie, that's why it's called Jank. You know, you don't. I think that's what I love about card games is I don't play to win. I always play to have a good time. And I think I'm happy to have this out on the internet on content, but essentially I'm I'm a person who plays off of feeling. So I don't care whether I'm winning or losing as long as I'm having fun. And if what I'm having fun with is some funny jank, I'm gonna have fun with the funny jank. But like that's just kind of how I am. Now it is gonna be funny that I'm not gonna be playing any of the Hestia Hearths, at least in this event, if I go this route. But I at least know that I have the two reverse stellars, and if I can get a third, I'll be happy to get a third. Because I have the BFB, and I updated my deck from the last stream. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Really? Alright, before I do anything, hit save deck. Go to preview. Yeah, Jesus. Okay. Immediately. needing to work within just the Firestorm cards is not terribly hard because this is like everything that's in Firestorm right now. But being like, oh yeah, just throw in some Narpoons. We don't have Narpoons in Firestorm. Wait a minute. No, because the Narpoons we have are the new Narpoons that catalog. New Narpoon. When it receives one or more Frost, special ascend into Whale Lance from hand or deck. When this Whale Lance deals piercing. When it declares an attack, you can Nexus a bajillion. Interesting. No reason is good to set. Yo, I know. The double starter deck is such a good. It's such a good just value off of it. But right now, what I'm having just. What is it? Come on. There you go. What I'm having, like, some weird number. So, yes, as you see, I decided to go Bears. I don't know if I'm going Bears for the Firestorm set championship. Yes, I know the stream was labeled Jank. Let's be real. The way I build decks in general are jank, so everything is considered jank. We see Helios' Chariot Ride at 2 and Drops of Leaf at 2. If, I know, man. What can I say? Look at my stream setup. It's Bears. But, uh, and yeah, I didn't even see, Chris, I'm sorry, I didn't even see you message earlier too. It didn't even send me a notification for that one. What sucks is my stream setup. I To kind of compact everything. Um, my laptop is here, and then I have a second monitor behind, and behind is where I have the Streamlabs, and like just right behind is the like unedited uh YouTube live chat, and up top is the like actual preview of the stream. So I completely missed Chris, I completely missed your message because it was right behind my screen. So I'm sorry, man. Uh, but yeah, no, like as you can see, like I'm just going crazy because the idea is so on the way back from um on the way back from Imperial from the Winnabox, uh, we were having a conversation, and in the conversation, um, it was kind of like I shotgun. I want to make sure that this isn't too loud. Okay, it's like a little loud in my ears, but it's fine because I have my earbud in. Like we kind of focused on the fact that like I shotgun the living heck out of my boss, And that's why a lot of times bears have not done me very well this format, because yes, Majursa is a board wipe most times over not, but when I'm like, hey, I'm gonna blow up 3 things on your board, and they're like, no, I'm gonna Gorgons you. And I'm like, shoot. And now I just lose everything. It hurts. However, knowing that Helios Chariot Ride is a card, and Helios Chariot Ride just says, no, you can't play anything. And I know to play Helios Chariot Ride on the turn that I aim to actually do my combo. So it's like, all right, on draw step, play Helios Chariot Ride, stare you down and say, no, I'm going full combo. Yeah, which is why I like running 2 bosses in every deck, or 2 copies of my boss, because if I lose one, I am not dead in the water. But in the case of this, a lot of times I would play a Majursa, they would answer it, and then they're not expecting second Majursa. But a lot of times now, I'll play my first Majursa, and they're able to answer first Majursa with a Gorgons, and now I don't get anything off their board. So I want Helios, and then of course my unhealthy relationship with Drops of Leaf is just Drops of Leaf. I am a piece reliant deck. I want my pieces. So, because I want my pieces, I need to see my pieces. And that's where Drops of Leaf come in. And that's kind of like where I am in mentally. I'm just like, I want to not be here. I want to be able to build stuff a little bit more stably, but because I build decks that are so piece reliant, because I want to play combo stuff, and because all the combo decks rely on you having like 2 or 3 specific pieces at a specific given point in time, it's like you either see it or you don't. I almost need to rely on the heart of the cards, put in obligatory, Yu-Gi-Oh reference, because it's obligatory. But that's how it is. Like, I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player through and through. That's how it is. So the fact that, having that feeling of, hey, having that feeling of, hey, I need to kind of rely on that heart of the cards. I need to rely on just, the luck of the draw. I'm like, that thrill gets me going. So I don't know how I like just more the slower gameplay stuff, which is why cards like Drops of Leaf are slowly becoming my unhealthy obsession. And I don't know why I put Poison Tipped Arrow in here. I have not put a PTA in a single deck in like forever, because it's just been Shield and Gorgons. And you know what? I'll cut Gorgons to 2. This way Gorgons can go a third of each can go on the side. This way, I'm not feeling awful about it. It's funny, last night I'm listening to Steve talk about his deck building with the Dragolus deck he won the Winnabox with, and I believe he only ran two Ambrosia. To his defense, he is a deck that can heal multiple times. As we all know, it's based on heal stall. Heal stall can heal with multiple ways. So, but with that being said, I'm just like, is it better off to like kind of look at that and say, is Ambrosia to 2 kind of an okay idea? Because right now what I'm trying to do, I have space now for 4 cards, aiming to have those 4 cards be Elestrals. Yeah, and Plucky, yeah. So you have Plucky and you have Draco Ray and Calf Mal. You have all of those ways to heal in that deck. So it's like you don't need Ambrosia to 3. In this deck, you have Hibernation as another way. So I'm like, okay, I could cut it to 2. Especially if what I'm trying to do is get a very aggressive point. I'm still like 50-50 on this Earth Scout. Like, I'm 50-50 on that Earth Scout, but I'm more okay with it being there with no, Earth Scout's not the searchable Ambrosia. That's the Hibernation, yeah. Hibernation's searchable. Um like I know right now part of me is like, take the Earth Scout out. It shouldn't be here. It's not worth playing. You just kind of run this. I should run this closer to what I did. And I'm looking here at just like some of the knowing that because of the full arts, I do have access to Eruption. So I do technically have access to my old funny bear strategy. Because it's not like I have to play the full art. It's technically a card in Firestorm. I believe that is the rule. I'm not gonna run it in the main deck though. I don't think I want to do that in the main deck. But looking at some of the cards I have access to, like yeah. Like looking at some of the stuff that I have access to, um we have like chains, we have don't poke, and it is kind of funny how like there's so many things that it's like I don't I don't know what I want to do. That's the thing is I don't know what I want to do because this is becoming kind of difficult. Because the other thing is I just don't run Hestia. And if I don't run Hestia, and I literally just go like low to the ground, then because that's the other thing. I don't know what my obsession is with Hestia, but I want to make her work because I don't know why. I really want to make her work. But kind of just seeing where everything is. You take Hestia out. I mean, you'd hate to see it, but I think that might. You know what? Or I just lower her down to like 1, where I'm not focusing on her. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do because right now it's not a Hestia box deck. Um, I will say Ursmog to 3 is a possible thing that I never thought I would say. And Ursier to 2 is another thing that I didn't think I would want to say. Um, you know, I'm okay throwing Ambrosia to 2. We'll hit save deck, come here. Um, from there, you know, I hate to say it, but I guess I can play everyone's favorite card. Now, is that Galaxy actually worth it, or is... No, actually Eddie's worth it. Lower a bomb to 1. Up Ambrosia to 3. Hurricane. Alright. So 1 wind. 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This counts a little less in my opinion. This counts a little more in my opinion. Then it's 3 for that. 1 for that. 5? Or 6? Alright, to be fair, I'm not sure how I feel about this, but it is a deck that does stuff. It was starting to be more aggressive at the beginning of the build, and I ended the build less aggressive. Side deck, side deck, side deck. Omni. Third one of you. One of you. Third one of you. One of you. One of you. Third. 1, 2. Oh wait, no, I can't do you. Because spoiled fruit's not in. I literally just started slapping cards in there like I belonged. The irony is the only one that didn't belong was spoiled fruit. My new favorite ace, I mean, I say my new favorite ace, but Glaciers has been one that I've been building for like forever now. And then Eruption. From there, I'm not sure what else to put. Yeah, throw in some Cryoblast. Curse code. One to side. Literally keep forgetting about Lavalith. I think this is the 5th time that I have now forgotten about Lavalith with a fire deck. To be fair, I don't think I really had the best spot to put it in my main deck with where some of my jank options were, but you know, we survived. I can only give Chris a minor aneurysm at some point. Don't question it. That's why the name of the stream is Jank. And I will most likely bring it to the event. Alright, it's 11:30 at night. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I You know, I forgot to post my opening a pack a day because yay. And as I did in the last stream, I'm going to open up a pack or 2 in between decks. I hit save. Yes. Yay. There, go to my decks. I'll tell you this. There's a hibernation in the front. Only good stuff can come from it. Nothing good come from it. Big sad. Oh yeah. Fun stuff came in the mail today. My second Stellar Kindleo, which is nice because I got the one signed by Alex, and then I have that one. If I can get another one that I can use, you know what? No, if I can't get another one of these to not take the one signed by Alex out, then I'll use the one signed by Alex so I can for the BFB. My second Sorlet, Stellar Piggy. It's a piggy. He's becoming another one of my favorites. He's so adorable. He's chonky. And then I think my favorite for like the longest time for no reason. Summon the brigade. Because now I have a second one of these, so I can make a deck out of, put them in a deck. Because I'm only ever using 2 regular Ignector and then 1 new Ignector. Yes, if I want to play with Stellars, I would need to then pull a second Stellar Ignector, because the first new Ignector I pulled, I traded to James. And my second Reverse Stellar came in the mail today of Hearth. So I need 1 more so I can have my playset. Oh, no, don't fall. Okay. Do I just let this be a quick 1-hour stream? Or do I... You know what? What time is it? It's 11:30. I literally have... That's how you can tell I'm tired. That was the whole point of the stream, is I'm tired, and I'm just going deck build, because this is what happens when I'm tired, is I'm going to deck build and be stupid. So let's be stupid on camera. 1 sec. Because I have Carpy. The really funny thing is, and I'll say this for the stream. The really funny thing is I can still see through this. I don't want to like wear it too long, only for the fact that like right now my mic is coming through my AirPod, and I don't want it to like be super raspy or super just staticky or whatever it is, because I don't want it to like rub up against the microphone for you guys. But I legitimately can see through that. Oh my god, I forgot how hot it is when wearing Carpy. Good lord. Yeah, let's, I am not going to be building another deck for Set Championship. I should, so I have multiple options. And the other option would have been a Hermes deck. It'd be like a Hermes Dracodoodle deck. But I have another really, really fun Jank idea that I kind of really wanted to build on stream, and that's kind of what I wanted to do first. I wanted to build actually this deck on stream tonight, and then maybe like later on in the week I do the Set Championship stuff. This way, maybe I could wait till I had more time, and then just like bum rush like 3 or 4 decks like I did the other day. But oh well. Again, let's be fair. If there's only a couple people watching, there's a couple people watching, and I'm very thankful to everyone who's watching. Legitimately, I am super thankful to everyone who watches. But I I have a lot of fun. I'll have a lot of fun streaming, because I'm going to do this anyway. I'm going to be sitting here anyway, building decks, listening to music, and kind of just rambling to the wind. So I'd rather do that and, with you guys. Either the few people here, you know, or either the few people that are here or the, people who watch it afterwards. Or even the, people who watch my videos. Like I'd rather be here just sharing this type of experience with you guys than kind of just sitting here in silence. Only difference is the type of music. Yeah, the last stream I did have the Elestrals music because I wanted to try make it nice. This time I just was like copyright free lo-fi music, didn't care. If it was on my own, K-pop Demon Hunters, Epic the Musical. But even though I am not a channel that is monetized, I would rather not force this stream to not be monetized. I'd rather have the potential to not get copyright struck. So, where was I with my rambling? Because God knows I don't know. Yes. You. This beautiful thing. I want to make you. Alright. How do you work? Because I legitimately have never made this deck at all. And I think my first time experiencing this deck, like in person, was at the Imperial Winnabox, where I helped optimize a Volclipse Blizzstrix deck for someone after the event, and I have no idea whether or not it's good or not. I don't know. I want to actually build that list that we built. I want to see if it worked, because I doubt that it worked. I doubt it works wholeheartedly, but when I say Jank is my element, Jank is my element. If I know I'm not winning, I don't care. If I know I'm not winning, I'll sit here and build to have fun. If I'm gonna build to try and win, it's a different story. But if I'm building to have fun, I'm building to have fun. So, and that's kind of what I'm gonna do here. Like, I actually want to try and sit here and figure out what the heck this is, because after reading through all of the lunar phases, I actually have a pretty good idea of a really fun deck, or a deck idea for this. And at the same time, I might actually put the list, like the list with the Blizzstrix stuff in here, if necessary. Like, I'm gonna try not to, because I want to actually do stuff, but I'm gonna actually read through everything, because I don't know what these things do. When you discard a lunar phase, special ascend to your Voldas into Velumbra. When you cast Full Moon, special ascend into Volclips. Cool. When you cast Lunar Phase, draw a card or return Lunar from Underworld to Spirit deck. This can only be activated twice each turn. So it's not a multi-use effect that can just keep being repeated. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Immediately throwing the 3 Voldusk, the 1 Velumbra, the 1 Volclips. Your Angelic and Brute, I believe that is. Okay. Normal cast Werepup, search your deck for a Lunar Phase. Add to hand. When you cast Full Moon, special ascend into Like a Void. Okay. Like, this 100%. So I think you are the other one I wanted to, like, have as a, like, big starter there. And then, hey, deck thinning is deck winning. What can I say? Alright. Lunar Phase. Now time to reread my 8 favorite cards, because, God, I have no idea what half of these did, and I'm not gonna lie, I still don't remember what half of these do. But what I do know is this is probably where the heart of the jank truly lies, and where I, as a person who wants to just make jank funny, will make jank funny. There is an immediate starter. That is your healer, not you. Shuffle a Lunar Phase, Velumbra, or Volclips from hand or Underworld to search your deck for a Voldusk and add it to hand. You are guaranteeing yourself a 1-drop with this card. That is a 3 of. Because you need multiple copies. You need at least one of each of your Lunar Phases to make Volclips's effect work. And after reading through the entirety of all of the Lunar Phases, immediately, like, so, I don't remember if you remember from that event, if you even saw what his deck was, but essentially, what I saw was he had very minimal starters. And I mean very minimal starters. So deck thinning was like, he needed it as top priority. Like, priority number 1 was deck thin, deck thin, deck thin. And that's kind of the like where I'm at right now is, all right, you need to guarantee a starter. Where's your starter? So I think he only had 6 1-drops, if I remember correctly. So what is the next? It was a invoke. Search your deck for up to 2 lunar phases and send them to your underworld. This is the other really, really good one. Again, I don't care about the when discarded by another lunar phase. I don't care. Like, a lot of the other effects are very minimal. I don't care about them. The first effect is what I'm focusing on right now. This is a foolish burial. I look at this as a Yu-Gi-Oh player, and I say, foolish is a wonderful card because it's deck thinning. It thins out my deck. It makes my deck smaller, so then I can get my mills better. One of the biggest decks that I used to play back in the day was Lightsworn Shaddolls. Lightsworn Shaddolls required a specific amount of Lightsworns and a specific amount of Shaddolls to hopefully hit certain numbers. As you had to hit them, and when you milled, you hope you milled the correct ones. Yes, you had specific, like, select mills and select searchers too, but you also had ways to deck thin and selectively mill, so then when you had to actually randomly mill, that's where it mattered. So this is 3 of. So right there, those are your like 2 3-ofs. The rest do not matter. Because we are running the Werepup like a void to full moon. Not 1, 2. Excuse me. What are you? Target a lunar enchanted Elestral, change its position. Expend and discard a lunar phase to target and destroy the target. Don't care. Target a lunar enchanted Elestral and gets +1 for each lunar phase in all underworlds. That's not terrible. What are you? Draw a card. You may discard a lunar phase to return a Voldusk, Volumber, or Volclips from your underworld to hand. Adding 2. Adding 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. New Moon. 6, 7, 8. And I know I can just tweak some of those numbers too. I don't care all that much. But Yeah. That's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 16. That's 16 cards out of the full 40 card deck. And how many bodies are here? 3, 6 starters. Like, when I say this is probably one of, if not the roughest ideas that I've had for a deck, just because, like, I know. Three, three, two, one. So, here's where I'm going to laugh and say, oh, this is really funny. This is very similar to what I helped at the event. Like, almost verbatim. I feel like I did have a couple numbers swapped. Maybe Volclips was at 2. I'm not remembering properly. But I know Full Moon was at 1. And Champ Like a Void and Werepup weren't there. But I'm sitting here and I'm like, why? Like, you have 7 cards for the Blistrix line that he was running. 3 for the Snowlet, 2 for the Aspiral, and 2 for the Blizz. And I have 5 remaining. If I were to take out 2 cards, I can throw in the Blistrix right now. The other thing I could do is throw in smarter choices, which is what I'm going to do, because I would rather this be better in the short term, and then have the sideboard of, oh haha, here's funny Blizz, because oh haha, here's funny Blizz. Um, First off, high, second rabbit. Sorry, second drops, because I am just a psychopathic madman. Hey, look, 3 rabbit. I mean, okay, to be fair, the amount, and I mean the amount of 1-drops in this deck are 3 rabbit, 3 pup, and 3 Voldusk. That is it. That is it. Nothing else. This legitimately does not have anything else. And the sole reason for that is because instead of being, I don't know, like right now, I'm not sure. Outside of you have 3 of the card that ditches 2 full moons. Sorry, two lunar phases, and then you have 3 of the card that searches you for a Voldusk. So you have essentially multiple copies of ways to dig through your deck and deck thin the deck extremely fast. And I mean exponentially fast. So the oh haha funny jank of the deck, I think in my opinion, is coming from the sideboard because I'm not throwing in the Blistrix right away. But if I were to throw the Blistrix in right away, it's taking out it's taking out some of the other cards and like mitigating some of the other things that we have in here. But hit save. I want to see what we have. Oh yeah, sure. Totally. Totally. Yeah, no, that 20, 27, 27 what? 27 runes. You say what now? I'm between 2 cards. I'm between a calf mail for the healing. It is slower. Or 1 Snowlet. Like that's kind of where I'm at right now is what where am I where am I feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Because the side deck is going to be the Blitztrick stuff, 100%. It's not even a question. It is going to be the Blitztrick stuff. But it's the Blitztrick stuff for a reason. It's because I truly believe that it's good. I truly believe, like, I want to see how this deck works, and I want to build it. Um, and I want to see kind of how this like pans out. The only downside is I'm not sure. I'm not sure really where um which one to do. I'm going to do calf mill solely for the healing. I was originally going to do a hurricane to blow away the opponent's back row, and then I saw that I had 27 runes, and then I'm like, ha ha ha, never mind. 27 runes is maddening. And I think I only remember telling him to play one drops because I think I was like, yeah, I'll play one drops, and then here I am. I'm like, no, I'm gonna play two. Uh, yeah. Well, guess what? We're living. One to spirit deck. We have three thunder. And about as many of the owl as we can fit. And then before we go, let's have a little fun with Snowlit. 3 Snowlit in the side. Two, two, one, two, three. We're gonna need one Wind Spirit. We go one, two, oh, no. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I would hate to just make it that. Do I need seven frost? You know what? I'm gonna say I only need six frost. And yes, 100%. Chris, you can hate me for it. I don't care. Murder me the next time you see me. I don't know what to say. Um I I don't think I need all that um all that frost for a minimal Blistrix line. When the hope and goal is mill the ever living god out of the entirety of the deck. And part of me is even part of me is at the point where, like, if I were to keep it like this, like I'm gonna build this. I will build this. I'll test it out sometime this week or next week. Um and I'll have fun with it because I want to see how this works. I have so many things that I want to do and so many fun janky ideas that I want to be able to play and try out. And yes, I wholeheartedly know Clash comes to open beta soon, and I think it's like early access at the end of the month. And I am ecstatic for that. I am so happy for that. And I can't wait to be able to give you guys content for that. At the same time, I I also don't want to just wait for Clash. I also want to be able to play these types of things in person. I want to actually see if these types of fun, janky ideas could work in person. I love janky ideas. And hey, no harm, no foul. If I if I have to accept that I am not able to be that competitive as I'd like to be, and I need to kind of take a step back and say, you know what, be a little bit more on the creative side and kind of have fun with this more jankier stuff, and like that's the kind of content to make, you know what, I'll do that. I want to be able to make competitive content. I do. I truly, truly do. Because, like, I want to be a good player. I want to be known as a good player. In other games, I am a good player. And even here, I'm a good player. But a lot of the decisions and deck building choices that I make are very unorthodox. And a lot of times I feel like the big names kind of fearmonger those decisions into everyone, and I want to just break the mold. I want to be able to just be here and like just be able to express myself and be able to just say, you know what? I want to see if this can work. I want to see if this can have fun. And some of the decisions that I can make. Uh, for now, I'll keep private. But like here, like some of the decisions in this deck and this deck alone, you know, I have a teammate who physically is just like, I don't understand what your obsession is with Drops of Leaf. And I'm like, I like it. It it feels good. And it's just like that's the kind of thing that I want to be able to bring to the game. I want to be able to bring to the game where you don't just have these big names and the big names just kind of say, if you're not playing this, you're not winning. That doesn't feel good. You know? The idea of this deck, like, the Helios Chariot Ride and Drops of Leaf, that's a decision that most people will probably look at me and say, you're nuts, you're crazy. And I'll look at them and say, you know what? You're not wrong. I might be crazy. But while I'm crazy, I'll happily be known as crazy because it's something that's unorthodox and it's something that's unique. You know, I never like following the mold. I never like just playing along. I always like trying my own thing. And being able to have that self-expression, being able to sit here and say, you know, this is this is what card game is for me. Is that form of self-expression, is that form of creativity that you can have. And you know, like I'm not gonna lie, like, it's my favorite thing about card games. So I'm very thankful to everyone who came. You know, the very few people who came for the last minute impromptu late night Jank deck building stream. There will be more of these in the future for anyone who decided to watch the 2-hour VOD that I am keeping up on my main channel. I say main channel as if I have any other channels at this point in time. But yeah, no, I'm keeping everything up there. I'm, I am a keep everything out there kind of person. So, you know, happily to keep a full unedited VOD just sitting there and, you know, more than happy to, to tell everyone who's either been here since the beginning, been here since like a couple minutes ago, just joined, or watching it after the fact. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys watching. I really appreciate all the support. Please look out for the next one. I hope to give you guys more notice than, hey, I'm doing it in 2 hours, but you know, I didn't think I was going to do it today, but I did it today. And I'm very thankful to every single one of you guys. I'm very thankful for 50 subscribers on YouTube, and got 50 now, and hope for 50 more. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night.